Well, as we get our homes ready for the holidays, it's also a good time to check on the health of our roof. And it's a good time for us to check in with Allison Wolslager from Tri-State Roofing. So Allison, this is the time of year where people are getting up on their roofs, putting up their Christmas lights. It's also a good time to be looking for anything that might be a problem. What should we keep an eye out for?
It is definitely a great time to be taking a look, while you're up there putting up your Christmas lights for the holiday. A couple of the things to look out for are lifting shingles or also bowing in the roof. A slight dip in the roof can mean that there's some moisture damage on the roof substrate. And also checking for things like mold or mildew on your fascia boards. Moss buildup is another key item to look for. And, it might not be time to completely replace the roof, but it could be time for an annual maintenancing.
When you find out something's not quite right, why is it important to, find the right person for you, find the right contractor?
The last thing that anyone wants to do during the holidays or any time of the year for that matter is have to pay for a project twice. What that means is if you were to hire, let's say a contractor who's not licensed, bonded, and insured, and heaven forbid, there's an accident on the roof, you're now responsible for all of those damages as the homeowner, as well as all the medical costs that accrue for that project manager.
Okay, that's a really, really good thing to know. I think it's things that we don't really think about when dealing with a roof problem as you're going into the holidays. You just want to get it done now, but it has to be done right. You use GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractors. What is that? What is GAF?
GAF Master Elite status is a status that less than 2% of roofing contractors in North America achieve and maintain. And this means for our homeowners that we're actually able to provide superior protection with our GAF lifetime roofing systems. And we also have access to enhanced warranties for our homeowners.
So that is one of the things that sets Tri-State Roofing apart.
It does, absolutely, yes. And, another important thing that sets Tri-State Roofing aside, we actually don't subcontract out any of our installation work. It's actually all done here in-house by actual employees of Tri-State Roofing. And that means for our homeowners, all of our employees are being held accountable. And it also gives a peace of mind in the quality of workmanship and what we put forward.
And it also is so good to know, because in this day and age right now, it is impossible to find people who can work on these things. So to know you can just go to one place.
One thing that's super important about the installers that we have up there on these homeowners' roofs is that they're all certified by our manufacturer. They're constantly receiving ongoing training, safety training as well. And those things are very important to us as a contractor and to our homeowners as well.
So you don't just stop at roofing, though. There's a lot more that's done.
In addition to offering roofing, we also specialize in gutter replacement, windows, siding, attic insulation, and doors. Anything with the exterior of the home, we got you covered.
That is really good to know. I mean, I'm sure you see a lot of problems this type of year.
All the rain and wind and crazy weather that we've been receiving here, we're definitely running into a lot of these things.
So how about right now, if somebody calls, how's the turnaround looking?
We're actually pretty quick. We've heard from a lot of contractors that most of their materials and their installs have been pushed out several weeks and several months. But as our manufacturers and our vendors are working so hard to make sure that we don't fall within that same category of, contractors and homeowners who are being put on the back burner. We're definitely a priority contractor and working hard to do the very best that we can for these homeowners.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, I understand you have a deal for our viewers.
We absolutely do. For the folks who view this segment on New Day Northwest, we've extended our promotion. We're going to go ahead and offer free gutters or free attic insulation with the purchase of any qualifying roof system.
Thank you so much, Allison. Every time I talk with you, I learn more and more about roofing, the business, now even the trade. So I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thanks again for having us, Amity. I appreciate it.
And so if you want to take advantage of the offer Allison just mentioned, just call the number on your screen. We also have more information on the New Day website. Well, staying warm in the winter without sky-high energy bills, that is the holy grail of heating right there. And when we come back, we're going to continue our home improvement special exploring the benefits of a heat pump.
The following segment of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Tri-State Roofing.